This is something different. This is a Japanese, aka JDM, Toyota HiLux. I think it's a 1989 model here. It's the fourth generation of the HiLux. It was imported here to the States some years ago. It's been slightly modified, and it belongs to one of the customers from Ace Performance, which is a performance shop here in Massachusetts owned by a friend of mine. And the story that I kind of made up goes something like this. The owner of this car saw my JDM Land Cruiser Prado. He saw what I did with it, and they kind of asked me to help them out with it because it is sort of unusual. So what the customer wants to do is to use this on a farm, I think in Baja California, as his runabout vehicle, and it needs a little bit of modifications before we get there, or doesn't need them, he wants them. So let's take a closer look at what we got here. This has a 2.8 liter 3-cylinder diesel engine, which I'll show you later, connected to a manual 5-speed transmission. That's my phone charger, don't worry about it. It is right-hand drive. I don't know why the steering column and the steering wheel don't match the rest of the dash, but it's what it is. The interior is quite nice, it's clean. Could be a little bit cleaner, but it's not bad considering that it's 27 years old now or so, and practically in its original condition. Show me something that's made other places in the world that's 27 years old that's holding up this good. The back seat is covered because the owner has a dog, but generally it is a lot like a Tacoma, except the bed is shorter. You can tell over here where this wheel is much closer to the end of the cab, and this cab configuration was not available in North America in that generation of what was then known as a Toyota pickup truck. So there are differences. I think it is the same frame, but I'm not quite sure because these tend to be much beefier because you see them with various terrorists and have big guns mounted on the back of them, and those things are rugged. So this is basic pickup. It's got a roll bar. It's not a roll bar. It's a loop bar. It's not going to protect anything. The bed is bed lined. Tailgate opens just like any other pickup. It's got hooks over there. Idea is to put over here a spare tire or two and a portable winch that's going to be mounted to the back and to the front. Out back, it does not have a bumper. Going down further, it's got rally mat flaps because this vehicle was previously owned by our friends at O'Neill Rally School in northern New Hampshire. Live axle in the back like any other truck. Something's disconnected over here. But again, I am driving it just to find out what the issues are wrong with it right now. We will upgrade the wheels and tires on it as time goes by. The suspension has already been upgraded. It's got new leaf springs in the back, and it's got Davidson's shock absorbers. Same thing in the front. The front suspension is interesting because it has, it doesn't have coil springs. It doesn't have anything. It's got torsion bars with just a shock absorber over there. So even though it's lifted, it doesn't really look much lifted, but it is lifted in the front. We're going to put slightly bigger tires on it, but not much bigger because I don't want to slow it down because it's already kind of a dog. And when I say a dog, it probably comfortably tops out at 65, 70 miles an hour. It doesn't really want to go much faster than that, though I'm sure it could. There's no bumper in the back, and the bed looks hilariously higher than what we're used to seeing in terms of Tacomas. I don't know why they went with that design, but I kind of like it. It gives it a much lighter feel. These are 15-inch wheels. I'm thinking about going with 16s and some all-terrain skinny tires. The front has one big modification to it, which is that light bar, which is really neatly integrated into this bumper. If you can hear me. This engine is really loud. It's loud when you drive it, and it's loud as it's idling. And the idle keeps going up between about 900 and 1200 RPMs. I'm not sure why, maybe because I have the AC on. So we're gonna modify the lighting in the front because it still has halogen in the front, and I can't see anything with them at night. I don't drive with this bar on at night because it's illegal. I I try to be considerate of our other drivers, but you can't see anything with it. We're gonna change the audio system on it because it has an old Alpine in it. I'm gonna figure out where the speakers are. They're over here, about what size they are, and if there's any in the back. This seat folds back over here, but it's only to access the missing jack and tools over here. But you know, for what it is, it's quite a cool truck, and it feels quite modern when you drive it. Yeah, it's got a manual transmission. It has crank windows, but for whatever reason, it has power mirrors. But it's got crank windows, manual locks, manual transmission. It's not a full-time transfer case, so it's got 2 high, 4 high, neutral, 4 low, open rear differential, open front differential. So it's your very basic system. This over there is a handbrake that you pull out, typical Toyota thing. AC's ice cold. And I've driven around on the highway and on the street, and I gotta tell you, I'm gonna shut it off because it's loud. I'm gonna shut off the lights too. I'm gonna pop the hood while I'm here. It's not bad to drive, although the engine does have a very narrow power band. It's got a lot of low end torque like all diesels, but it doesn't want to pull very hard. Again, typical diesel behavior. And the 5-speed transmission is really, you know, it pulls up the line. It can probably pull a decent sized payload and a trailer, but it's not a highway cruiser. It is quite loud on the highway, and it does struggle up some hills. It's definitely not, you know, a grand tourer, but it wasn't meant to be. So the suspension is on it. That was the first modifications. Next is wheels and tires. We're gonna have to do a light control module inside somewhere over here. A radio, a double-din radio. Again, speakers depending on their location and the size that I can fit. Maybe an amplifier. I don't know yet. We're gonna. The owner definitely wants a camera up front, and he wants a camera out back. I'm not sure it's needed because it's such a small vehicle, but if he wants it, we shall provide it. Now, if I could just